Hello there, everybody, and welcome to Ego Check number 2, a relatively higher stakes scrimmage in a best-of-3 format between two teams who've developed a little bit of beef within the past 24 hours. Threezy, you were part of this conversation, I think, to somewhat get some level of this setup. Lay this out for me.
So essentially, last night, a little bit of reseeding occurred in our favorite tournament, Liftoff, which is a qualifier for NASL 2. And both of these teams are competing in that bracket. So initially, I believe that GOATS was seeded below ORBITZ. And now post, or maybe not, but either way, post reseed, ORBITZ has been seeded lower than GOATS. So ORBITZ are like, what's going on? We're the better team. We deserve to be seeded higher. And GOATS is like, nah, we're the better team. We should be seeded higher because we're the Glizzards. So basically, we've got both teams just going back and forth. They both want to be seeded higher. So we're letting them get it out early, 2 days.
As you can tell right now in the chat, these two teams are really raring to go at it, and they're really about ready to like punch each other up here, Saya. But hey, importantly, there's surprisingly stakes on the line, Saya, for given by the fact that we just got this together within the past like 3 hours.
Yeah, apparently both teams putting up $100 for it. Quite interesting, and yeah, we'll just have to see how they do because honestly, like this ORBITZ roster, we have not seen them in tournament at all.
But you forgot the most critical part of this, which is also that Liari's in-game name, she said she would change if GOATS loses to Juno Cloud. So, we'll see what ends up happening. What?
If GOATS wins.
If GOATS wins. If GOATS wins. Okay. Well, what do I know? Again,
Juno Clown.
But point at the whiteboard. I don't know what's going on. We're heading to Oni Village for game 1 here. Should be a fun one. Do we want to do predictions here? Saya, Threezy, who you got?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'd like to take a look at the map and band before I make mine. You see Oni Village got Zentaro band coming out, Era band. So, ooh, I'm gonna go GOATS Esports on this one. Fuck it, we ball GOATS Esports, baby.
Saya? I'm actually gonna say ORBITZ on this one. I think KFC will just doobie one trick it up on these Oni Village barriers.
All right, well, we'll see what comes through here. I'm pretty sure, I'll say it, I don't think I predicted ORBITZ to make it out and into the league. I think they're the one invited team that I have left out. So we'll see what happens, of course. Maybe this match will change things. From my perspective, we see the compositions locked in. Lumos on the Rasmus here, which will round out that composition as we were talking about a little bit earlier. And then on the other side, Juliet, Luna, Atlas, the two sisters on the other, or siblings, I should say, not really sisters, more like siblings on that side, Threezy.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at it now, and I don't know if I have faith in my prediction. First of all, we've got Kiliast on Atlas goalie, not one of his most famed picks. We also have a Palmy on Juliet and Fudgy Waffles on Luna. While Luna is very ranged, Estelle just is better, especially on this map. So it's really going to come down to KOs. There you see Kiliast just giving away his barrier for free. I'm not going to sugarcoat it this cast because these are all pro players. They can take the heat. Lumos, nice hook, redirecting that bomb corner.
Shoves it straight on back to find that first goal here, Saya. Do you tend to agree with the Atlas goalie pick here? What do you think is going through Kiliast's mind?
So, Threezy, do you have more information on what ping Kiliast gets to Dallas? Because, I don't know, some of these decisions not making sense. But as I say that, KFC letting both barriers down, and this offense is mounting for GOAT, so maybe we should eat our words.
I mean, I'm not sure how much ping Kiliast gets. I know it's not great. It's got to be around 70 to 80 at a maximum. I'd really be surprised if he gets 90. So, yeah, I mean, ping-wise, Atlas is good. Dubu's also good. Oh. And you see there, nice rocket from Fudgy Waffles right past KFC manager. Turn your name on, noob.
Huge whammy on the connection. Yeah, KFC manager, random Dubu has infiltrated the lobby here. Apparently the case. Starter Awakenings, by the way, were Deadeye and Monumentalist. Not things that will get a lot done here early, but thing I'm looking out for there is the Monumentalist Death Touch from Lumos that was picked up. Of course, probably using that for more core control reasons, just like Liari has in previous tournaments on Mochi Melody, but both barriers will fall. Kilius does have the the energy burst online here. Whiplash will not connect with the core, though. It finds the log. Lumos is right there. Pendulum Swing won't quite find it, and look, Resets can't follow up with a Rose Warp. Here's the piercing shot, just out a little bit too early. Can't find the energy burst either. Still back here looking for this goal, but it's not going down. Kilius holds for now, 3Z.
Yeah, he's holding it down. Did give up his barrier score flip. Nice little TP there by Hook Resets. Yeah, Fudgy's got this Deadeye, so look to see any kills here that he possibly can find. I'd expect Hook Resets to die here first, but he has no elusive. But as we see, Kilius just trying to hold it down as best he can. Make sure that that core doesn't go in. Yeah.
Successful in doing so for now. Is going to be able to find that one versus Lumos as well. Hook Resets, taken low on Stagger, gets connected with on the crater because he doesn't have a dodge available. Lumos tries to put it back, but comes up a little short with the Pendulum Swing once more. And again, the Whiplash just out of range. Still tries to shove it back, but there's two members for the Strike War back for GOATS Esports. Fudgy Waffles will finally connect with the goal barrier. Palmy tries to send one towards the net. No. KFC manager will clear for now, and we are still in overtime. This core is going to continue flying all over the place. Hook Resets down to Lumos. Can't find it. Fudgy Waffles comes in on the boost. Apollo will connect with a rollout log. Hook Resets forward. Once again, can't quite find the piercing shot forward to send it away and send us on to another point. Who's going to come away with the equalizer here? Apollo down to the corner. Kilius has burned that out of jail free button. What? Neither one of these teams, neither one of these forward combinations, Saya, can really find a way to put it back. Although Palmy finally finds it, able to take it to the top corner there, Saya.
Yeah, sorry. Apparently there was no game sound for the entirety of that. Just managed to fix it while also turning off your volume for like 2 seconds. But yeah, and I just can't believe GOATS Esports are surviving for this long in these points. Kilius is managing to hold it down on normally immobile Dubu, making it look like this. Sorry. This Atlas, making it look like this Atlas just has ice skates with a single momentum boost.
Oh, barely saves it there with the northernmost part of the expanse. Finds the energy burst, but will get KO'd for the trouble. Now Hook resets forward, but still there's enough cooldowns to prevent that core flip from going back. And for right now, the forward duo is holding for GOATS. Lumos still in position, tries to shove it back. Fudgy Waffles low on Stagger, but is not the target of any cooldowns for now. There's the crater coming out, trying to buy just a little bit of an ounce of space as Fudgy Waffles will find a way to regenerate. Now, core flip, though, out of Lumos. Back up top, Hook resets, who finally finds the shot to put it back. It's a goal 5 here in our first set, Breezy.
Yeah, I mean, Lumos is just testing this defense of GOATS Esports. He's got his core flip. He waits out that expanse, dimes it up to Hook resets. Just one redirect, one primary, and that's in the net. Great finish.
Great finish. Now we'll see who gets priority on this first carousel. Lumos will connect with the bottom barrier. Piercing shot once again comes out here, and Kilius doesn't have a single dodge to his name. Neither does Lumos, who's backed up all the way to the blue goal box. Now we'll start to regen after picking up an orb, and now there it is. Apalmy finds a KO on a KFC manager who was lurking his way up in the speed lane on the bottom side of the map. But Apalmy low on Stagger can't quite play this as offensively as he might want to here, Saya.
Yeah, and Hook resets wins all the strike wars except for the last one, but by the time that happens, KFC manager is back on the board, and GOATS Esports cannot capitalize on this power play. Apalmy's trying to dribble up. Kilius forced to burn that expanse, but right now they're just trying to get it, and finally a great dash punch from Apalmy. It's looking so good for them, but they need to hold right here.
Hook resets up to Lumos, can't find the mark. There's the boost forward, but KFC manager is able to send it away with a strike. Once again, this point has lasted the full 60 seconds of regulation. We're in overtime. It's back over to Apalmy. Hook resets with a flip. We'll only get it barely on over to Lumos after rebounding off of the goal gates. Fudgy Waffles tries to leap in forward again, but can't quite have the unpredictability that this Luna really wants. Lumos back in with the death touch. Has possession, looks for the goal barrier, but still can't quite get close enough to Kilius with this core, especially with the interruptions coming in from Fudgy. Here comes the fiery flurry out of Apalmy on the top side. Gets a little bit of extra damage on a Hook resets, and now the Dubu wall sent it right back to him. Still looking for the offensive play. It feels to me like the GOATS Esports haven't really had much possession at all. They're just looking to try to strike and send a goal back where they can here, Freezy.
Yeah, the strategy here from Goats, as you see, Kilius just loses barrier. Nice Lumos offensive play. Fudgy in front of the goal, stopped by KFC manager. Nice roll there to block that core flip. The strategy for Goats here is just to get a nice little pick and then convert that into some midfield passing. So they're kind of just letting ORBITZ control possession as Fudgy from a mile away boosting in. Nice goal for Goats.
The power and the unpredictability of the Luna will send Goats to the first set. Finally here, Saya, as we take a look at our first carousel.
Yeah, interesting carousel. We'll probably see the glass cannon coming out here for this Atlas because, oh no, sorry, Orb Ponder. I forgot. I was not familiar with the game because these cooldowns are just so important. But 3Z, what do you think is the big denial here from this Juliet?
I mean, 1-2 punch on the Rasmus is going to be the huge denial. Interesting stuff that Fudgy Waffles opts for the quick strike instead of super surge because that Luna hits like a Mack Truck Deluxe with that training. But he's going to do the quick strike instead, opting for a little bit more mid control. If I press tab here, he does have pummelers, so interesting that he did go quick strike. So that's super interesting to me. We have Kilius on Orb Ponder as well, which if he stacks those up, he's going to be an iron wall.
Now, KO comes through. Don't know quite what sent it off, but a handful of folks getting involved there. Power play for Goats, trying to maintain this triangle formation, but it's not really getting too far forward as Hook Resets has got quite an area of effect around him. Lumos back online, finds a connection with a death touch, but can't find the pass forward to send it back up to that goal barrier. Looking once more, but it goes right around Hook Resets as it continues to find this speed lane right behind these characters. But Saya, for now, both goalies are holding their final barrier. Once again, Fudgy dives in, but it's just not enough.
Yeah, and KFC Manager's been holding so much, lurking forward as well, but you gotta wonder. Apalmi has that Super Surge, Juliet, Dash Punch, and Flip to just confirm KOs from so far away. Both flips available for both of the forwards out of Goats Esports, and they just convert the flip away from Hook Resets, but they just cannot get the barrier. Both goalies are just doing so well right now.
Palmy still has one, picks up the Super Surge Flying Phoenix down to the bottom side. Now we'll find the angle down to that bottom barrier. Goal open for Goats Esports. Palmy with Flip will use it here to get it around both the Pendulum Swing and the Crystallized Thorns, but it's not enough to send it back into the goal. The Monumentalist Expanse comes out once more to save this goal barrier. And with that Orb Ponder, it'll be back in the nick of time. But in the meantime, Lumos still looks for the barrier. Can't find the pass up. The Hook resets there and can't take it himself, just gets punished with getting taken low on Stagger, and now will get punished even more by the Crater. Fudgy Waffles will strike while the iron's hot as KFC manager 3Z thought it was okay to walk forward while Lumos was rotating back, but he got punished for it.
Yeah, I mean, Lumos should have evaded that Luna ult, just choosing not to and paying the price. Big bomba there from Fudgy Waffles, able to dash in and score that goal.
Expanse already used here out of Kilius, but we're seeing some of these first barriers fall. Saya, though, not incredibly surprising. Oni Village here with both barriers, but now that second one's going to fall while Kilius was staggered. There's the projection down to keep this one away. The long forward here for Lumos, who will be able to pick up the core and put it in.
Yeah, nice play there from Lumos. He just hooks Kilius out of the way there, and then he gets the barrier, then finds that Rasmus secondary, just able to use his speed to put that one in.
Yeah, Lumos has been going for so many of those hooks so far, and that one was like the big one that is converted into an entire point, it felt like, and definitely being rewarded for that constant chase on Kilius.
We'll see what comes through here as now the Expanse is out once more. Still can't quite find it with that Pendulum Swing, and sometimes it's these smallest of mispositions that'll come out like that one right there where Hook Reset strikes it up to the top side with that Rose Warp. Still looking for the shot here. Lumos activates the Whiplash. Kilius able to save it last little second there away from the piercing shot. Nice Tofu Fortress comes out here from KFC manager. Keeps the core on the top side of the map. Alleviates the pressure. And now Lumos turn to strike once more. Pendulum Swing tries to find the dribble, but can't find it there. Fudgy can't quite connect with the core that time. Looks for the Energy Burst. Still has it here. Lumos tries to pick up a little bit of Stagger, trying to get a little bit of work done himself forward here. Will exchange core flips once more and send that one back. Not sent away. Here comes Fudgy, diving in again. Still, though, it feels like Fudgy is always diving in, Freezy, here from this midfield line. It's for whatever reason, there's enough time to predict to it, is now the stun from Hook resets to prevent Kilius from getting back to that.
Yeah, I think he just needs a little more damage to come out from Palmy, and also just needs to hit every skill shot. It's so important on Luna. Just one of those games where if you don't hit every boost, every dash, you just won't be getting that value, especially out of that Deadeye training.
Well, hits that one there for the top goal barrier. And by the way, speaking of which, Fudgy Waffles, level 9 right now on the Luna, has had quite the influence to the game. So says the Odyssey Interactive formulas. We'll see if it can convert into these goal barriers, but KFC Manager comes up with a Tofu Fortress saying, nah, you can't approach from this speed lane. There's a speed limit here. That's real sheriff behavior there, 3Z.
Oh, yeah.
Back to the bottom side. Lumos has it, sends it back with a pendulum swing once more. And that's going to be the first set on the board here for ORBITZ. Incredibly long points here, Saya. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to keep this up.
Yeah, big pickups. The size would build different, the speed with stacks on stacks, and both incredibly high priority, especially on Oni Village. Like Lumos switching to stacks on stacks realizes that, oh, getting around, getting this core control is more important here. And there are plenty of people in the draft to deny that build different, from a Palmy who is all the way at the bottom of the ladder here.
Yeah, I'm really there by KFC Manager.
I'm interested in the fact that Fudgy Waffles does not opt for the prize fighter, instead goes for the catalyst. Obviously, we have hook resets with aerials. That's S tier Biss on his striker. Then we have Kilius with fire up. So maybe a little catalyst fire up combo on Fudgy Waffles just to pump out these flips.
Gonna be looking for more of those energy bursts, and maybe that's the element or the ingredient that Goats needs to be able to send some of these back. It has been a struggle. Palmy looks for a KO. Just shy of hitting the mark there. His KFC Manager was slightly out of range. One goal barrier gets him converted, but now it's right back for ORBITZ. Once again, KFC Manager bullied down to the south side of the map, dangerously close to the wall, but Lumos still pull it back from the speed lane and take it himself. Right on down to that bottom corner. Saya, that's the power of this Rasmus. Whenever he gets the opportunity to work vertically with that death touch.
And you can tell Lumos, he's like so done. He saw the opportunity. He just stood there. Didn't even move a pixel as he pulled him in with the hook. He knew that was a perfect opportunity, and Hook Resets also finds one with the KO onto Palmy. Fudgy Waffles trying to get the dash flip, but is unable to. Not enough knockback, no super surge.
Yeah, no prize fighter either, as he does find the KO with the random rocket bomba to KFC Manager. 3v2 here for Goats Esport.
But goal barriers will fall here. Now Rosewarp, Hook resets, tries to save it. Kilius sends it through the wickets, but it's denied. And KFC Manager's back online. There's the rollout log, already denied. Crystallized Thorns just to buy an ounce of space. Lumos looking to try to make some magic happen once more, but can't there. Still has the energy burst when they decide to use it. Just striking it away for now. There's that expanse one more time. Tofu Fortress out. There is the energy burst. It won't connect. Now Fudgy Waffles down to a Palmy who's got a shot. Can't find it with the core flip. Hook resets his back, playing a beautiful defensive midfielder position in order to buy more space for KFC Manager. There's the goal barrier. It'll fall back the other way. Will the passes come through? Crystallized Thorns, and Lumos will slightly redirect it down to that bottom side. ORBITZ here, Saya, starting to run away.
Yeah, and I think it's really showing that this Rasmus Estelle comp is just more reliable on a map like Oni Village. Palmy and Fudgy are kind of gambling on the fact that they'll get a pick, right? And even when they get a pick, KFC Manager is holding it down, so I think just from the draft and map alone, and especially with the synergy that ORBITZ is showing, I think they are severely advantaged here.
Yeah, I mean, you also have to question their draft choices too. Like, Fudgy Waffles not taking prize fighter is kind of a big hit. I've noticed several times where he could have got a KO here, and he just doesn't because he doesn't have enough power. So having that catalyst is really hurting him.
See if it comes in clutch here with an energy burst built up for Fudgy. Won't be able to connect with the core there, and now starts to back away. A Palmy starts to try to find a way forward, but Hook resets will interrupt that idea with a Rose Warp. Back over to Lumos, working it in the bottom side once again. Up to Hook resets, can't find the energy burst connection. And there's the Fudgy Waffles one. It'll get met with a rollout log immediately as Lumos tries to keep up the pressure. Now Death Touch to try to pull it back, but Fudgy Waffles interrupts things. Beautiful Summer Assault interrupts the core. Overtime once again. As we see everything continue to come out. No one really being able to pick up that much of an advantage, but now potential opportunity denied by the Tofu Fortress. Lumos back with a death touch, doesn't connect that time. Now has to be played very incredibly careful. What a chain of events, beautifully done as GOATS Esports 3Z were slowly starting to collapse on that play.
Yeah, I mean, they just had KFC manager back into a corner. Fudgy Waffles flies in from one side. Absolute dimer off of the bumper right to a Palmy for the open net.
Looking for this again here as Lumos, who's forward, has that energy burst, and now will be looking for it, but Fudgy will beat him to it. Sends it down to the bottom side, back in the speed lane here. But once again, Lumos has been controlling this core pretty well here, Saya, in this bottom corner. And it feels like it's only a matter of time before he starts finding an opportunity to get an energy burst, like right there. Finds the goal barrier, but the expanse is used. It'll deny it, and a core flip will send it back the other way. Lumos looking forward, gets stunned away, and now gets KO'd. The rocket from cross map isn't enough to stop the play, though, as Hook resets. Saya finds the goal.
Yeah, just this layered pressure. Hook is always using that primary, the special, whenever Lumos is just going for a play, going for a primary, and that layered pressure just either hit stuns Kilius or at least hits the core and just creates so much more pressure than if it was just Lumos primary alone, and that's just helping out so much as Twin Drive is just taken away from the Luna. But Egoist is picked up. That's a lot of energy.
Yeah, he does have Catalyst, Egoist, and then Fire Up on Kilius there. We're seeing a perfect form from Juliet. That could be major, as that training was just buffed significantly. Hot shot coming out from Estelle to deny the Atlas, but Kilius does have Orb Dancer. So if you take a look at his stacks, he has 10. So he's going to be dancing and pondering here, K-Bot.
Dancing and pondering, but will not be replicating, as that Orb Replicator was in the first carousel, but now goal barriers fall almost instantly here. No amount of pondering or dancing is going to be able to save you from that one. Got stunned away for a moment, but back down to the other side. Here's Fudgy once again looking for the boost. Doesn't quite find the connection up to a Palmy there. Now, once again, the Rose Warp as the Estelle crosses halfway through the map with this Aerials trading, Saya. Able to come in clutch once again. Hook resets. Now ORBITZ, what, with something like a 5-6 goal streak going for them.
Yeah, the core control is coming online, and Fudgy's trying to build up meter, but this Luna cannot get a handle on the core for too long before it is stolen away. Does get the barrier, though, after Palmy gets it as well. The self-pass, but it is just not enough. No, it goes back again. The possession is being kept by GOATS Esports. The flip is out, too. Almost gets the goal, but KFC is there in time.
I mean, Fudgy Waffles has flip up again. He just used it, and so does a Palmy. KFC manager, a little bit of a laggy doobu roll there. Can't save that dash punch from Palmy.
That's the danger of the Juliet. You get that Juliet between the core and the goal line, and it spells certain doom. Doesn't matter whether or not you're in the way of it, unless you've got an energy burst, and certainly wasn't in the way that time. But now Fudgy Waffles with the Egoist looking to the bottom side, can't find it this time, and Lumos will actually win a series of strike wars to send that right back towards the barrier. Wins, get another one, but Kilius is ready for it, and the expanse has already been used. Still 10 stacks of that Orb Ponderer online, so it'll come up again shortly, but still looking for the capitalize here. There's the rollout log down to that south speed lane. This Hook resets, look for the dribble, but Fudgy Waffles once again has this Egoist speed, looking for it. Beautiful Summer Assault to deny it. Now the rollout log comes in. Great hold from KFC manager there. Still one goal barrier piece here, side.
Yeah, and Palmy's looking for this barrier, looking for the KO onto Lumos, but right now Hook resets looking for the barrier. Great deflection by Kilius, but Hook is about to get the meter as well, as Palmy's taken out by KFC, and KFC also blocks the flip, and ORBITZ just completely pull ahead in the striker's advantage.
Striker advantage perhaps, but Juliet's going to come online, and now Lumos is taken off of the pitch. KFC manager tries to find a clear, but it's right back to the two forwards of GOATS. The whammy almost connects with the goal barrier, but still KFC manager's back in time. They'll be looking for it again. Fudgy Waffles still trying to find an opportunity to dive in, use that energy burst, looks for the KO again onto KFC manager, but can't find it there as we're starting to see stagger bars get incredibly low. Pulled back now by the touch, but isn't KO'd. And a beautiful ultimate there out of Kilius. Regens Fudgy Waffles, who's diving right back into the fray. Is met with some jack-o'-lanterns in the process, but even still, goalies are holding, but KFC manager, what was he doing all the way over there? Gets KO'd by the fiery flurry. Once again, Fudgy Waffles gets pulled back, but it's not pulled back far enough. Here's the crater, comes out, tries to buy some more space here. There's the dash forward, but doesn't connect with the energy burst. Now down to the bottom side, but there's a core flip coming out of hook resets right back to a Palmy, who's able to send it back 3Z.
Yeah, I mean, just a great sequence there from Goats. You love to see it. Fudgy Waffles just timing that dash perfectly to find the barrier. Apalmi hesitates, finds that flip, top bins.
Sends it right back, and now Lumos, once again, bottom corner, finds the first goal barrier. Now it's got to get it past Kilius with an energy burst, who will use it right there. Right on over to Fudgy Waffles, sending it down to the bottom side. But already, KFC manager starting to come in forward as Hook Resets is playing more defensively with low stagger. Here comes a Palmy, though, and Hook Resets has got to be even more careful of potential KOing opportunities. Now is low and still will get sent off the barrier. Not sent off for the pitch just yet. Fudgy looking for the connection over to Palmy. Nice dodge comes in from Hook Resets, but now it's momentum right back the other way. Lumos doesn't find the energy burst there. It's sent away. Space bought for a moment with that expanse. Right back over to Lumos, though, in the top corner. They just can't get it around this guy. It's right back forward through the crystallized thorns, but he still can't find the flip connection to send it away. Looking one more time, but now gets KO'd for it. Didn't have the opportunity to shove that one back here, Saya. Now it's Goat's turn for the power play, but Hook Resets interrupts.
And Fudgy has beat her. Fudgy got the barrier as well in front of the goal with flip, but it is burned while being stunned. And now Hook Resets looking for something Lumos as well. But 3Z, I don't know. This Orbit squad is still controlling the core.
I mean, this is crazy. I don't even know what's happening. Fudgy Waffles is so low, they pop a res. Palmy with the flip. Fudgy coming in, can't find the KO. Juliet all coming in down here. Lumos has no stagger, no elusive. They're going to try and hunt for a KO here.
One more time. Lumos up to the top side. Just off of the post, and now piercing shot forward, crystallized thorns forward, everything. But the expanse is there. One more time for Kilius. Lumos in the whiplash, can't find it. Now Egoist Speed comes out, baits out the log, but can't find the empowered strike to the core. Lumos back up, projection from Kilius. And again, it continues getting sent around. Hook Resets didn't have a piercing shot that time. Now we'll use it, but can't connect. Boost forward, but it's saved by that Summer Assault. Fiery Flurry slows things down for a moment, but Lumos looking to pick right back up the pace, wins the strike war, and sends it up to the top side, Saya.
What a strike war win, and there were so many good attempts, but it just felt like it was so much scarier for Goats because, like, what is that Luna going to do against a Dubu who has roll up in some situations when you're just dashing like that, right? And yet again, ORBITZ is just right back in there with the layered pressure with the Estelle.
Comes in one more time. Piercing shot out here. Fudgy Waffles once again in the Egoist Speed. It's that energy build that you were doubting, 3Z, that's allowing this Luna to run everywhere, sneak right up there, and get it in before the goal gates open nearly. Goats are setting us to a set 5, 3Z.
Oh, yeah, baby. You love to see a set 5. Excellent coordination there. Palmy hits that dash punch on the barrier. Kilius waiting right for those goal gates to open up. Core flip, goal lasso, and here we're going to see, I'd imagine, Happy Star on this Luna.
Happy Star, Specialized Training, Big Fish, Primetime, all online, including that Stagger Swagger, Sire. We saw a lot more strikers get down to lower stagger.
Yeah, and it is obviously denied by Kilius. You're aware that that could be an issue if Lumos or Hook can get a ton of speed off being damaged, can just run away from those projectiles. Tempo swing out here for Apalmi as well, and this is it. No more Awakening drafts. This will really decide everything.
I mean, super interesting that Kilius opts for Stagger Swagger. Now Lumos has a Big Fish, and he's already been almost, I would call it 1v9. All the scoring, all the barriers have almost come from Lumos here as KFC managers rolling to Africa, and they get 2 barriers.
2 barriers connected, a pass down, but Lumos still interrupts. Fudgy Waffles once again in the Egoist will flip it forward, but it's just off of the post. Now it's Hook Reset's turn. Looking forward, will expend all of the Estelle's abilities, but can't find it back to that top goal barrier. Looking for this again. There's a Palmy. Just comes up a bit shy as the core eludes him for a moment. Fudgy Waffles in on the boost, but can't connect. Lumos on the dribble, up to Hook Reset, excuse me. Finds this Rose Warp forward, and again tries to keep the pressure up here, tries to let Lumos do the work, and it's working for now. He finds the other goal barrier, but now is low on stagger. Piercing shot back. Doesn't quite find the mark. Looking for it once more. Fudgy Waffles, though, finds the core flip. Palmy tries to collect, but won't there. It goes around the world. We're in overtime. open goal gates. First goal of set 5. Who's going to take the first game? Could be anyone's match here. Apolmi with a core flip. Has it once again. It'll send it up to the top side. 3Z.
I mean, insane strike there from Apolmi. Just finds the perfect angle. It recognizes that KFC manager just out of position. Flips, finds that top corner. Excellent shot.
Well done shot here, Saya. Now you have to think about how much is the fatigue setting in here on Oni Village, set 5. A lot of these have gone quite a long time. What's it feel like to be in a goalie in this position?
Definitely not easy, but oh wow, punishing the dash through. KFC manager gets a crucial KO on Apolmi. Will Fudgy Waffles and Killis be able to hold? Great dribbles from Fudgy, keeping away from Lumos. Flip to stall as well. And Apolmi respawns. Just incredible stalling play from Goats.
Fudgy once again has energy burst. I feel like I look at this guy all the time, 3Z, and you were doubting it, but he's got this energy burst online all the time with the quick strikes and catalyst and egoist combination, but it's not enough for now. Core flip comes through. Killius able to save it for now. Pressure will dissipate for a moment. Fudgy Waffles back down on the bottom side. Lumos pulls it back with a death touch. Killius is ready this time. Pendulum swing will not catch him off guard. But Lumos looking once again as a little bit of extra speed here with the stacks on stacks. Has not been KO'd in some time. And Oak resets, send it back with a piercing shot. Freeze.
Yeah, they've got to stop Lumos. He's got 100 stacks. He's got big fish. He's ready to win these strike wars, ready to get these barriers. They've got to apply some pressure here with their KOs.
Have to find a way, but now Lumos is just going to take it within the first 5 seconds. Looks for the pullback on the death touch as well, and now redirects it down to the bottom side after the crystallized thorns. ORBITZ, Saya are on game point.
Yeah, and they are looking much better now, but we've seen Goats play their game plan, right? We've seen them stay alive in terms of defense. We've seen them get the flip, so we'll just have to see if Fudgy can get some value, but Lumos is back, and Lumos is just solo carrying. Holy.
Looking for it once again, but Achilles does have that expanse online. There's a core flip out of Fudgy Waffles, and now finally the KO comes through. Lumos stacks have been reset. This is the window that Fudgy Waffles and Apolmi need to send this one forward for Goats and buy a little bit more space. And now the dash punch connects from Apolmi. The Super Surge flying Phoenix will find a KO. Finally, it feels like they heard you, Saya. Looking forward for the goal here. Sends it down to the bottom side, but Hook resets just in time with the energy burst. Flips it out of the way of Apolmi. But it's right back around the world. There's the KO comes through again. 3Z, they look nervous.
Yeah, I mean, just insane coordination as Apolmi. Just strike, dash, punch upward. Again, find that top goal. I mean, on that KO on Lumos, you had Rocket, Boost, Core Flip, Juliet, Dash Punch. Insane coordination coming out from Goats here to find 2 KOs that round.
This is the Odyssey Interactive, memorable gameplay. Final point of this Oni Village round. Both barriers taken very quickly. Only one left on the top side of both teams.
Stell already used a lot of those cooldowns. Won't have those for a while now. Core flips, rollouts, all exchanges. The players are all just looking for any kind of opportunity to send the core back into the gold barrier. Fudgy Waffles gets pulled right back by Lumos' death touch, who now is starting to rack up some of those stacks. Will win the goal barrier here, but Apolmi collects in the Super Surge once more. There's the Whiplash. Lumos is forward, but Killius does have that expanse out in time. Won't have that for a moment. Apolmi will interrupt with the Fiery Flurry, but it's right back over to Lumos. Wins the strike war. Hook resets just a little bit too far with a Rose Warp. And the Pendulum Swing won't connect either. Still, possession appears to be to the favor of ORBITZ. KFC manager, forward, looking for the opportunity. Lumos gets knocked away. There's the projection out of Killius, who is still trying to buy space, but now gets KO'd for it. Hook resets, comes back to the Rose Warp, Saya, and it's ORBITZ that'll win the first game.
ORBITZ win, but it is looking a little bit far away from the 18-0 they requested to be a condition for the seeding to change. That's all I'm going to say.
I mean...
3Z.
Yeah.
3Z. At this point, we need to have like your little camera on the top left corner so we can have chatters count the number of times that you're jumping out of your chair. What's going on right now?
I mean, it's just that Pro Omega Strikers has to be one of the funnest things to watch. As a pro player myself, like, it's highly entertaining to just see the level of play that's happening, especially when players just execute these absurd plays, and when things quite don't go to plan there, you see Killius just walking a little bit too far back in the net. Hook resets, find that narrow window to KO him there. I mean, that was an insane game. You felt like the iron wall was cracking a little bit there from Kilius in moments where it really shouldn't have, but also just insane offense from Lumos. I mean, 271 redirects, but let's take a look at Fudgy Waffles, 328 of his own. Obviously has that quick strikes, and then 63k damage. Saya, I mean, that's just an insane performance from Fudgy Waffles.
Yeah, Fudgy Waffles felt like the backbone of the team. When he was KO'd, the team was on like full panic mode, just trying to survive. And eventually, Kilius went down as well. But a bit of a swap happening because I will be replaced by Daftgrass. That Oni Village game was an Oni Village game of all time, I gotta say.
It was, and I know Daft was watching intensely, so maybe we'll get his reactions here in a little bit. By the way, folks, 31 minutes and 40 seconds so reads the in-game timer on this screen. As we come in, we now welcome Daftgrass to the couch. Daft, game one. What are your thoughts, your reactions right after that one?
Yo, that was a crazy game. I mean, honestly, look, I look at the chat. Streak put it best. Goats had such an amazing performance for a kind of mediocre comp in that game.
Yeah, I mean, think about how many times they were able to actually coordinate those KOs. But as we were talking a little bit and alluding to, Daft, Oni Village notorious for not being able to find as many of those KOs just due to the nature of how fast everything's moving.
Yeah, zooming indeed. Look, you have that Luna who managed to pick up Quick Strike's Catalyst Egoist there in that game. I mean, when you think about it, really, he had flip up basically every 2 seconds, plus he's moving around the map at light speed with obviously that Luna secondary. Ridiculous stuff in that game. I could barely keep up with it, and it came down to the wire. You know, we talk about the set 5s, 0.5s, but that was about as close as you're going to get in an Oni Village game.
Now, Thrazy, we're about to head into another game, and we don't know the map, we don't know the awakenings, but are these teams going to change up their styles at all? I feel like ORBITZ certainly isn't going to. Lumos looks incredibly strong here on this Rasmus, unless, of course, it gets banned away, but what else is going to come out here? What other looks might we see out of Goats?
If Goats has the option, they will play for core control. So if we get some, I mean, I understand that hook resets is primarily an Era player, but let's not dissuade Fudgy Waffles from mirroring Era. I would love to see an Era mirror come out. However, they might end up banning Era. But you know what I think would be really based from Goats is if they ban Dubu, because that is the only goalie KFC manager could play at a pro level. Let's be clear, and then mirror the Era. That's what I like to see.
Bang, bang, shots fired from the Sheriff as we're heading to Aten City here. That wider goal barrier comes out here, and one of these maps here, Daft, where potentially this Dubu might not be as strong.
Yeah, obviously, Aten City, right? You think about it, we have that one large barrier where Dubu not so great in protecting it, able to pass around a little more. Oni Village, obviously, mainly more of a lockdown, but hey, you know what? We see this Kai hover here, and it looks like it is going to be locked in. No Dubu for KFC in this game. However, that Era slipping through, able to be picked here in this one.
Breezy, you're a doubter. Kyle is locked in here. Thoughts?
I mean, it's Aten City, so Dubu isn't the best on this map. So I don't know, but I mean, KFC on Kai, we'll have to see. I'm sure they've been scrimming on it. So I'm excited to see if he proves me wrong here. As we load in, we have a Palmy, again, a signature striker for him, Zentaro, and then Fudgy Waffles on Rasmus. Look to see a dominant, again, midfield performance from Fudgy here.
And now, a starter awakening that I like to call the Great Equalizer. It's prime time on the board, an extra set of abilities around for everybody involved. And already, Fudgy Waffles picks up the Rasmus and looks forward here for the first goal barrier. Hook resets will be able to interrupt that with the empowered signs from the Bewitching Beam, but which I imagine we'll be seeing a lot of given the primetime start. Flutterfly comes out here as well, and now it's right back the other way. Goal barrier is falling early. Kick a blast out. Kilius still has a barrage in order to send it away. Here comes Hook, resets up to the top side, still trying to strike it down, but Lumos doesn't have the ability to and is now knocked away on this Juliet. Looking forward again. Hook resets, tries to come in, can't find it. There it is with the Bewitching Beam. Daft slips it right by Kilius' barrage.
Nice little put through there, and something fun that I'm seeing here on the field. KFC loves to be walking forward with this Kai. With that Flutterfy, able to take basically half the map as he does get his own barrier there. Every goalie gets his one, as we do say.
Every goalie gets his one. KO comes through here, and now Goats looking to try to capitalize on their early barrier. Oni's blade out. Apalmi won't elect to core flip there immediately. Instead, sends it up to Fudgy Waffles. There's the dribble, but Hook resets his back on the north side of the goal box. Sends it away, and now Lumos is back online. Punch forward, can't find it. Now, once again, defensive pressure mounting. Apalmi up to the top side, still is the barrage, but Fudgy Waffles is there to send it back. Freezing.
Yeah, just great coordinated play there. This is why they're GOATs, right? You've got the NASL Season 1 chemistry. Fudgy sends it down. Apalmi just hooks it up to the point where KFC has to use that cooldown, and Fudgy's right there to strike it in.
Once again, looking for this down on the south side as Kilius uses the barrage. Now Gigablast won't quite connect, and now goal barrier will fall. Gigablast forward here from KFC manager. Strike shot comes out. Can't quite find the connection. Hook resets as the energy burst sends Apalmi away, but he's back in time with the Oni's blade. He gets saved by Kilius there as well. The synergy in the team, as you were just talking about, 3Z holds the Goats in that point, but now Lumos is online. Just sends a core flip up to the top side, but sent away with a barrage. Apalmi low on stagger, only a matter of time before Lumos finds his mark. And now will dash away. Lumos trying to find the triple to himself, but can't. And now there is the KO. Apalmi gets taken off by none other than KFC's energy burst. Maelstrom comes out, sweeps down to the bottom side of the map. Death Touch interrupts the shot here from Lumos. Well done from Fudgy in the middle of the triangle. And is going to be able to find the goal barrier himself. Looking for the pendulum swing, can't take it there. And now Lumos' turn to sit out for a moment, 3Z.
Yeah, just great play there from Apalmi, recognizing that Lumos can die, using that immediate blink with Zentaro ult to finish that KO. I'd like to point out that KFC Manager is equipped with Strike Shot. If you guys aren't aware, Strike Shot is currently bugged where it has a little bit of delay, doesn't exactly work right, so Momentum Boots or Eject Button would be a better choice, and Kilius does have the boots online.
Goalies have held for now, though. There's the Gigablast up the top side. He's back in time. No Momentum Boots needed just yet. Lumos on the dribble, can't find it. Hook resets his energy burst, but Fudgy Waffles will beat him to it, and now it slips right down and finds the Demon Angle to the bottom side. Daft.
Yeah, Demon Angle indeed. Sends that one right through. Obviously, KFC trying to get it with that barrage. Not able to. Slips that one right in. Even with that strike shot extra range, it's not enough for him to be able to save that goal.
2 up here. Or I should say 1 up. 2-1 for the Goats. But they'll lose the goal barrier first. Nonetheless, Apalmi finds the KO with an energy burst of his own. And the passive for the Zentaro will not connect. Gonna have to play a little bit more carefully with that passive as it'll charge slightly less as per the micro patch today, but it doesn't matter because Fudgy Waffles is still there on the top side to send this goal back 3Z.
I mean, just great play there from Apalmi, recognizing that he can get that barrier, just patient with his Zentaro abilities, and then Fudgy just masterful on that Rasmus, finds that angle past KFC, not able to save it here as we load into draft. Looks like Fudgy Waffles will be rewarded with that quick strike. You saw him on it last game, able to get 300 taps in, and here he goes again. Quick strike on his striker. We're going to see Zentaro here pick up maybe a Catalyst, maybe a Twin Drive, depending on what he wants. Yep, it's going to be Twin Drive, so Catalyst maybe for Juliet here. Nope, going to be denied by Kilius. Smart deny there as he's left with Chrono Boost, increasing his dash range. Not really useful on the striker.
See how the rest of this plays out.
Yeah, I'd like to also say Lumos has Chrono Boost and Hook Resets has Rapid Fire, as we get a KO here from KFC Manager with a specialized training.
Specialized training will connect. Hook resets will find the goal, take it himself before Kilius can react. Daftgrass, you didn't get a word in edgewise about that Awakening strat.
Yeah, a little interesting, right? You may want to take, as the era that you might want to take the Chrono Boost, leaving at least something for your Juliet to take. Obviously, Chrono Boost not desirable compared to, you know, maybe getting a Rapid Fire, having some more of those little fiery punches up. But it's going to be what it's going to be at this point. Hook Resets really needs to make full value out of that. Obviously, shrinking Kilius right there, taking that barrier with that full value coming out from Hook Resets.
Look at this. Stagger bars low across the board. Fudgy Waffles and Apalmi both and now gets knocked away as Hook resets, finds yet another bewitching beam gold, 3Z. You know, I knew this arrow was strong, but I didn't think it was strong because of that primary.
I mean, yeah, that is definitely Era's best ability. She's got that primary. She's got rapid fire now, so it's really just, is Hook resets going to carry this game? Can he find these primaries in the best positions possible? Typically, Era is not good on this map, but he has unlocked double primary trains, as we see Juliet getting KO'd there. Massive damage coming across from Goats.
1 KO comes through. Hook resets. Looking for the flip, but now flipped right back by Fudgy Waffles, who's able to find the goal barrier there. Goal gates open on both sides, but ORBITZ looking to take their first set of this game. Trying to send it away. There's the death touch. Pulls it back for Fudgy Waffles. Can't quite collect it. Palmy does have core flip. Almost has the passive. Gonna be looking forward in just a moment. A little bit of miscommunication there, but it's all right. Possession might go back the other way. Now Lumos dashes in, lunges forward, but cannot find this goal. Bewitching Beam once again out of Hook resets. Interrupts the pass as the pressure continues to mount. There it is yet again. This prime time once again. Hook resets, putting in work with the Bewitching Beam, sends it down to the bottom side as well. As a Palmy's taken away. Here's a Giga Blast, nearly knocks Lumos away, but not this time. Now, once again, collects it. Here comes KFC Manager, looking for the forward play out of the Kai. There's the core flip, gets denied by plenty of forward abilities. Once again, Strike Wars actually looking to go for Goats Esports. They'll find a KO, and once again, right down to that corner, 3Z.
Yeah, I mean, Fudgy Waffles has hit back-to-back demon angles with his core flips, really aiming for that spot, and KFC Manager just can't barrage in time. I think it's really interesting here that we have double melee into Era. Era is just doing massive amounts of damage, almost solo staggering a Palmy at times. Daft, like, what's going on here?
Yeah, this Era now having the rapid fire with that prime time. I mean, look at him. He's just throwing it on a Palme on, cooldown every 2 seconds. Lumos there to deal more damage to him too. Not able to live, and they are just absolutely eating up these barriers in this game.
Barrier will fall once again. Lumos forward will find the opportunity to make his mark there. You talk a little bit about that Awakenings draft. That rapid fire that gets picked up here for Hook reset seems to play a vital role in interrupting things across the board for this team of ORBITZ. As we head now to our second Awakenings draft. It is going to be Lumos' first pick, but he doesn't get a lot to work with here, Threes.
Yeah, he opts for the Orb Dancer, and what's really kind of disheartening here for ORBITZ is that Hook Resets wasn't first in this draft, so he's not able to lock in that cast to last training. I would say they would single-handedly win the game off that, but we have we have Hook Resets instead denying that perfect form from Centauro, a double deny tempo swing onto a Palmy who's just going to opt for the Stagger Swagger. As we see Kilius now has Catalyst and Fire Up, again stacking these buffed energy trainings, Daftgrass.
Yeah, and it's interesting too because Hook Reset's actually not too, concerned about taking that perfect form, able to get so much with that, having more of these bewitching beams as he already, I feel like he's had it on cooldown every 2 seconds, but having just more of them is just going to be so ridiculous in this game.
Looking once again for the goal. Kilius starts to join. There's a Maelstrom comes out, and Fudgy has to dodge away from Lumos' final hit of the Fiery Flurry, but now Kilius sends one back. Gentlemen, do I have to say it? Do I have to say the line?
You had core flip.
Garfield.
Oh, all right. That was Kilius one. We've seen KFC get his one. That was Kilius one. As ORBITZ is able to send it back, but even still, they're going on a bit of a roll here. Not though if Goats have anything to say about it. Fudgy looking to keep it himself, but no, Lumos is in position, has got plenty of speed forward here, and now also has the energy burst. Will use it there. Still finds the goal barrier despite everything Kilius was trying to do. Hook resets on the dribble, but now the KO. Lumos is sent off of the pitch. Fudgy Waffles will collect. Bewitching Beam will connect with the core. Kill for time on this power play. Now it's right back. Looking for this, but no. Lumos will come back online. Barrage is exchanged. There's the core flip out of a Palmy. Gets denied as all three members of ORBITZ are all bunched up, but there is no one else around. The Giga Blast will connect and send it to the bottom corner, 3Z.
Yeah, I mean, now's the time where you start to feel like Goats have been a little bit outdrafted. This Centauro is feeling really useless with Era having prime time then rapid fire, then perfect form, like Daft said. I mean, it's getting bad here for Goats.
And now, once again, finds yet another goal barrier with low stagger bars for Goats Esports. Fudgy almost taken off of the pitch here. Very low on stagger. Lumos wins the strike war. Kilius forward in the Giga Blast. And now Apalmi will collect for that goal barrier. Tries to shove it back, but it gets denied by that Giga Blast, getting it away from that Oni's blade. Core flip out of KFC Manager. Sends it up to the top side around the world. Lumos will pick up KO in the process. But now Kilius forward. Barrages exchanged. Hook resets will collect. Lumos might have some room to work with here, though. We'll punch it right back. Apalmi's not back far enough here, Daftgrass, and it looks like it's falling apart for Goats.
Yeah, unfortunately there, Apalmi just trying to get it up to his goalie to flip it. Kilius just in the perfect position, but not able to get that one out. And here's one of the big ones, stacks on stacks. I'm sure Lumos is going to love to pick this one up. It's a deny from Kilius. Kilius hopefully maybe left with this glass cannon here. But this stack so important in this game. All about move speed. Actually going to opt instead for this extra special. And, you know, glass cannon is going to be picked up instead. But we left Super Search to fall down to this Era. And now Era taking away from the Zentaro. Going to have so much move speed in this game where he has prime time. He has rapid fire, perfect form. I don't know how much more of a better Era build you can get. He doesn't have Chrono or Cast, but it doesn't matter.
Now Lumos actually is able to find the shot there. Nothing was back as Goats, 3Z, this looks like a panicked and anxious team on the ropes here with ORBITZ 2 goals away from taking the series.
Yeah, I mean, you had Kilius having to deny that extra special from KFC Manager already with that specialized on Kai. It's just been hitting like a truck, but that means that Era gets Super Surge like Dav said, and they cannot deal with the pressure that Hook Resets is putting on. I say that though, and they get some pressure of their own.
Maybe so, but they don't have the cooldowns to send it right on back, and now Fudgy Waffles doesn't have the stagger to stay alive. Gets taken off the south side. Apalmi tries to lunge forward, but so was Kilius. The communication, the comms, the synergy is not there right now for Goats. They're looking to send it back. Here's the core flip from Lumos. Core flip from Kilius as well. Sends it back away. They have to find a goal here. Bewitching Beam, though, comes out of Hook Resets. Here comes the Maelstrom. But Fudgy Waffles pulls it back with a death touch. Lumos interrupts things in just a moment. Still has plenty of speed to dodge around with that Orb Dancer and Stacks on Stacks combination. Giga Blast out of Kilius. Finds the angle, though, up to Fudgy Waffles. Deathgrass, where's that been?
I don't know where it's been. An unfortunate defensive just miscommunication there. Fudgy finding it right through 3 people, even after his teammate got dash punched off the map. I don't know what happened, but it's there. He gets one, and obviously needs a few more.
Yeah, just an insane.
Oh! You're not allowed to say anything, 3Z. There's no analytical points anymore.
No!
It's ORBITZ. It's ORBITZ now on match point, 3Z.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to talk about the fact that Kilius just dimed up Fudgy with that Giga last round, but they just got blitzkrieged by ORBITZ.
KFC Manager trying to get involved here on what could be the final point. Fudgy Waffles will collect it himself, though. Right back up to the top side. So much speed now. Look at Lumos zooming across the north side. Finds it. There's the core flip as well, and will be able to send it right back. ORBITZ are the definitive 7th seed. Daftgrass, reactions.
Look, we talk so much about individual play, so much about draft, but it all starts at the beginning of the game when you pick your comps. You gotta pick good comps to give yourself the best chance to win, and I think that ORBITZ did that in both of these games.
Yeah,
Breezy, your reactions.
Yeah, I mean, I 100% agree. Obviously, that Luna was working out. They did find some KOs. Honestly, Kilius wasn't able to hold it down as well as he should have been. I'll say it again in that game 1. And then just in this game, yeah, an outdraft in terms of the forward position. Obviously, you had the Kai mirror match. No training diffs, I would say. Strike Shot didn't contribute a major part, although KFC did find some long-range Giga Blast kills, but he did have that specialized training. I mean, Era with Prime Time is like one of the most oppressive strikers in the game, so you have to pick Era, especially if you know Hook Resets is going to be picking it on the other team. You just have to mirror. Like playing Era on Prime Time, it's one. Especially into double melee.
to be clear, folks, in case there's any confusion, no, the seeds will not change for the tournament tomorrow. The seeds will stand as were. They were already changed once. We don't need to change them a second time and have everyone resubmit their pick'ems yet again. We'll await on whether or not we're able to get an opinion here. But in the interim, folks, remember, do tune in for Liftoff this weekend. Because if that was a crazy series of Omega Strikers, there is plenty more on the way with 16 teams that are all neck and neck in skill level. We'll see that one here. But yeah, I mean, Daftgrass, theoretically, I feel like, though, this composition works in a lot of ways. You see the Rasmus paired with the Centauro, but it just wasn't enough here for how much speed and how much eventual core control was able to come out for ORBITZ. I mean, like, come on, lay this one out for me.
All right, look, I obviously I could go very in depth, but I will keep it very dumbed down, very simple, just through and quick here. You have the era. The era is going to shrink your obviously more melee, non-ranged characters like the Centauro, like this Rasmus. They're easy targets. They don't have those big reposition abilities, like maybe an Estelle would, maybe the Luna would. Maybe even one of your other characters that's able to get from one side of the map to the other 2 seconds. This era just exists with Primetime. And you don't really have anyone on your team that's able to easily deny without kind of leaving yourself in a bad spot, right? Because you think Kai, you think Rasmus, they can take stuff like Castellas, they can take Chrono Boost. Do they really want to? Not particularly. So this era, such a great pick. I do wish, obviously, they banned that Estelle away. I mean, it's Primetime start. Why not just match it?
I've got something to say really quickly.
Go for it.
I mean, if the damage numbers were shown on stream, Era did 27k damage, and the next closest was Apalmi with 20k. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous damage coming out from hook resets.
And
Absurd.
Speak of the Devil, Hook Resets, and Lumos out of ORBITZ, both joining us now. Hook, we'll start with you since we were just talking about reactions to that set and what happens when you take so many primary trainings on this era.
They didn't really get to play the game much. If I had gotten cast as well, that would have sucked for them. It was just like, I was just calling it, okay, they're both small. Okay, I'm smalling them again. Okay, they're small. Like, it's just hard to do much, but I was happy to get to play it.
And for that matter, Lumos, with how many speed trainings you had, you didn't even need the Flutterfly out of your compadre here. You just had enough speed with Stacks and Orb Dancer to take it yourself.
Yeah, we're a little fast. Once I got Stacks, I'm like, it's Jover. I don't even need size when I can just be around the map 24/7. And the Flutterfly helped in the early game, but we scaled.
Scaled indeed. 3Z. What do you got for these two?
Yeah, I mean, I want to talk about that one draft where we took Rapid Fire instead of Chrono Boost Hook, and then we left Lumos, with Chrono Boost. What was that about in your mind?
So in my mind, it was just like, if they give me both of these, it's gonna be like I said, just pain. Rapid Fire plus Primetime era is not fun. Like, it's so anti-fun to play against. I'm not one to be about the shrinks on era. Like, I love her speed, I love her tornadoes, but like, we gotta pull out the win for the boys. We gotta show people that ORBITZ is here to play, is here to qualify, and yeah.
Yeah,
that was it.
Honestly, the Chrono Boost Juliet was probably better than the Rapid Fire Juliet, so it all worked out.
I would say also, I would argue, since Catalyst was up, Kai just got to deny you Catalyst. Maybe he would have been enticed by the Rapid Fire and dropped that train down to you. But hey, it doesn't really matter. Like you said, Hook, you guys got the dub. Congrats to you guys. Well played, especially in that second game, just complete domination.
Daftgrass, what do you got for these two?
Look, I'm normally not one for questions, but I guess I just gotta ask, how do you feel, Lumos and Hook? How are we feeling taking the dub today?
I think we're feeling really good. Like, as much as this is just, scrims with 200 people watching and $100 on the line, like that nervousness of actually playing for money actually did help us, because it got us past that little barrier that's really important to get past in more important tournaments than a random show match on a Thursday night.
Feeling very, very good. I'm happy to get the win, and just looking forward to the future.
You know, part of that nervousness, you know, everyone's got to face it. Starting that new team you're playing here, you get some of the nerves out of the way, set yourself ready for the liftoff here.
You heard it here, folks. Put some money on the line for your own scrims so you can get yourself in the mindset that you might lose money, and apply some pressure to yourselves before you get into things. Lumos, still start with you. Anything you want to shout out before we close things out today?
Shoutouts to the GOATs esports. Like, honestly, this might have been an ego check technically, but it's really an ego check versus BestieInSlot. You know, there's two teams with we accept it. GOATs esports, we love the boys. No beef between them. They already PayPal'd over the money. Respectful gamers. Love them.
Hook, what do you got?
Shout out to the people who are adding me like in the mid matches, like hyping me up. That made me feel really nice. And thanks to the casters and for everyone just showing up. It's really nice.
Yeah, we'll see you when we beat Core.
Oh yeah, baby. ORBITZ versus Core Overflow. Looking for that one.
No, 3Z.
No?
ORBITZ versus Destroyer Mega Noob.
Oh, right. My apologies. Yeah.
So real.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, folks, that'll do it for us here tonight at BestieInSlot. Thanks for watching Ego Check 2. ORBITZ take it 2-0 in an attempt to steal away the 7th seed, but are not going to steal away the 7th seed. We'll catch you all. Tune in on Saturday. Show is going to start, I think, shortly before, someone time check me on this, 2 p.m. Central, right? I'm right on that. 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern, noon. Okay. Hachi says correct in production chat. 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific. Make sure you're tuning in right here because it is going to be a day of Omega Strikers exactly like that best of 3. There will be a bunch of best of 3s in a row. We'll be able to cover a lot of them here. So thank you all so much for tuning in, and we will see you all Saturday. Have a good night.